Thank you very much to the European Parliament for hosting this event today, the 2017 Renovate Europe Day. That's also happening in the auspices of the Estonian Presidency. It indeed is a very beautiful morning today, and we can see from this full room that it has attracted a lot of interest and attention. The attention is really rightly on the European Parliament right now, with the vote taking place tomorrow. And of course, as Council representatives, we're very much looking forward to the outcome of that vote. We are very pleased to see that very similar topics are being mentioned on both sides regarding the opportunities and the challenges. Both Council and the European Parliament seem to agree that the revised EPBD will contribute to the life quality of people living and working in buildings. It will be a driver for innovation in the construction, materials, and building system sectors. It will offer connectivity and energy-related data usage a totally new dimension, and of course encourage new services. Energy-related active consumers can then afford to be actually lazy, in the good sense, we hope, with the help of these services. We have full confidence in the process led by Mr. Benson here in the European Parliament. Of course, it's early to comment on the possible outcomes of this process. As the interest of today's event indicates, it is a topic that is very important for a large number of stakeholders. National governments, municipal governments, research and universities, companies and their umbrella organizations that I see here around the table as well, citizens and trade unions. And we need a continuous dialogue that can reassure that the outcome of these negotiations is something that we can actually implement. As a national policy officer, and above all as a current presidency representative here before you, I would like to make 2 points today. First of all, the plans of the Estonian presidency. I would like to shed some light on those. We are aiming for a final agreement. The question is, will it be possible? And we say yes. It's not excluded if there is enough will, and we sense that from our interinstitutional colleagues, the will is definitely there, and also the commitment. So, very briefly, we intend to have 2 trialogues to finalize this process on the 7th of November and on the 5th of December. That's the time we have. Second point, quite briefly, to mention the implementation at the national Estonian level. In Estonia, the energy efficiency of buildings is a very hot topic, a very understood topic, and we're very grateful for the Commission for putting forward this framework and for European Parliament to allow the national governments to implement it. If properly done, in Estonia we can halve the energy use for heating. This means diminished by 50%, because the heating period in Estonia reaches from 6 to 9 months of the year. 6 to 9 months. That's a very long period. We can reap a lot of benefits. And another peculiarity, 96% of the houses, the square meters, belong to private sector, private consumers. So we have designed a solution for the energy efficiency challenge, but of course the challenge remains undefeated in the way that we're working towards it, but we still need to continue. The energy efficiency is a moving target for us, because the measures need to first of all be diversified, depending on the different groups who want to activate and mobilize for energy efficiency. And secondly, the measures need to be constantly updated to adjust to the changing conditions. So in Estonia, there is an agency called the CREDEX, which provides the financial services and channels not only funds, but only advice to the users. And we learned from the mistakes from the first financing period and now have adopted a holistic approach for this MFF. We have set in very strict requirements which slowed down the initial applications, but then when the demonstration projects were there, we have by now, within 2 years, used up all the budget mid-term, 100% committed, which means that the popularity, despite the very strict norms, also on ventilation, also on lighting, also on renewables, has really mobilized the people. The topic of today's discussion is what building stock for 2050. What I can guess or foresee is the situation in 2030. In Estonia, even if we don't double the rate of renovation in terms of square meters renovated, we will still have 1/6 of the population, 1/6, living in houses that are nearing the expiry of their designed lifetime in 2030, even if we double. So the main challenge, and this is my main message today, is the availability of funds. And very briefly I will explain. The leverage mechanisms and state guarantees have been put in place. The banks already offer low interest loans. We support and advice, and the state is engaged in awareness raising. But still, the private funding capacity remains limited. The real estate market fails sometimes, and if the resale value is low, there is less interest in investment. And some regions, the residential market is actually shrinking. So under such conditions, the grants remain the ultimate tool for encouraging investment. We need stringent renovation requirements, inspections, demonstration projects, and established technologies. That's where the financial incentive will provide the necessary carrot so that the sector can endure the stick. In this context, in the context of the ongoing negotiations of the MFF, this is the message I want to stress: the need to make more funds available for energy efficiency investment. Thank you very much for your attention.